What's up, world? It's your girl Lex, and I am back with Put Me On Game podcast. And today, I know every day I say I have a very special guest because I always have very special guests. But today, I have my little sister, Brea Buffalo with Musa Moon. How you doing today, Brea?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah.
No?
Uh-uh.
Anyway, so I'm glad that you decided to take the time out of your busy schedule because I know you are a busy
Very.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You are a busy working woman, a mother, all the above. I'm glad that you were able to take the time out of your schedule and sit down and talk with me and share your story with the world because I'm sure that a lot of people would love to hear your story. So I want you to go ahead and tell the world who you are. Who is Brea Buffalo?
Okay. Peace, everyone. I am Brea. I am originally from Virginia, and I'm currently living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I own a bulk herb and spiritual healing store. I have 2 semesters away from graduation. I'll be graduating with my master's in therapeutic herbalism. And yeah, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. Yeah.
Thank you. That's cool. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. I know you're a mother. You told me that you are a business owner. You told me where you're from. Tell the world, because I already know, but tell the world about your background. Like you said, you're from Virginia. If you don't mind sharing, how did you grow up? And just share a little bit of that with us.
How did I grow up?
How did you grow up, Brea?
What do you...
Like your family dynamics. You said that you're from Virginia. I told the world that you're my sister. I'm sure they're looking at this video like, are they really?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I grew up, I had a pretty good life, I would say. Things happen. Yeah.
So, I'm your sister. Can you tell the world how
Like how you became my sister? Yeah. Oh, okay. So I just, fell out of a tree one day. I'm just kidding.
And I found her and
right.
I said I wanted a little sister and here we are. No.
Basically. No, but yeah, so Alexis is my sister. She's been my sister since I've been like 8, right? 8 or 9, would you say?
Age 8.
8? Okay, yeah, so I was 8. So my biological father passed away, and it was due to my practice. So that happened when I was 7. So I didn't meet you guys too much after. Too much. Like a year after. But yeah, so that was something that definitely shaped my childhood. I would say it was different losing a parent as a kid. I would say not so much affected until as an adult because he was 31 and realizing that I'm 29, that he was so young. So I think that I'm more affected as an adult. I don't know. I just think with like losing a parent as a child, it's like, your parents do all the things to make you happy. And especially if you have like a good support system, that of course there was times where it's hard, like holidays and stuff. But for the most part, I'll say like grieving has definitely changed and evolved as an adult. I grieve more as an adult, I would say, probably as I grieved as a child. So yeah, my mom remarried and I have 3 lovely older sisters.
You sure do. So at what age did you decide that you wanted to become an entrepreneur, and did your past did anything in your past help decide that decision for you?
I would definitely say I was always like trying to sell stuff. I remember like in high school, I used to make earrings. I used to put like chip bags in ovens and make like plastic stuff. I was trying to sew. So I've always had some type of entrepreneurship spirit. That was as early as like, I'd probably say like middle school, that I was like making stuff and selling things. But as far as like owning my own business as an entrepreneur, I think eventually, I guess I would say like being in college. Okay, I guess let's say college, it got more serious. I was originally a fashion major and I love math. There wasn't enough math. And I was like, okay, I got to change my major because I didn't feel like I was going to make any money being a fashion major. I'm like, I can still know how to sew, but let me do something else. So then I changed to business because like, okay, I'm going to own my own business. I really didn't know exactly what type of business that I wanted. I used to say I wanted to do like a hookah lounge, some type of hookah in like an artistic space. And then going to Thailand really changed my life after graduating from college. And like I got food poisoning. I was getting sick because I thought I was Thai. I was trying to eat street food. It didn't matter. I was trying everything. And I met a family who had their own community and they offered this detox that people are like coming all over the world to be healed. And it honestly changed my life. That was where I was really introduced to veganism and just how we could really depend on ourselves and we didn't have to depend on man to heal us. So coming back, coming back to Virginia, I kind of had like a full circle moment. As a kid, I will always be like, oh, I'm going to be a missionary. I was like super like Christian. Like I was the type to pray for you and, you know, give you a scripture. And honestly, being in Thailand, it just made me realize that religion was just so much bigger than what we're taught or what we experience here. So it just really made me go deeper within myself. And when I say the full circle moment was that I wanted to heal people. I wanted to make people happy. I wanted people to be able to feel like there was something other than, you know, what society has taught us that teaches what society has taught us. But definitely going back to my dad passing away due to my practice. He was getting a kidney transplant. We have finally found a donor, you know, to transplant. His body had accepted the organ, and then we found out that they left a hole in his bladder. So in present day, I understand that I can't necessarily prevent you from having pain. I may not be able to prevent anything from happening to you, but maybe for that person, you know, imagine if we would have known what we know now about herbs and like milk thistle or dandelion root could help restore your kidneys or cleanse your kidneys. So maybe I can help that person before they get to the point of having to depend on dialysis or depend, you know, on a person, or for that woman or guy that has actually like lost somebody that is grieving, you know, I'm able to actually help on that end as well as providing different options to feel and to heal, or just spiritually, just people that are wanting to just be themselves and live unapologetically and just be happy. So I think that was definitely my full circle moment of traveling, realizing, of finding my purpose.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. I've heard this story a million times, but every time I hear it, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Because I, like you said, we met when you were 8. I was gonna say when I was
Mm-hmm.
8.
Now you was an
Not
old
really.
man already.
Yeah, but we met when you were 8 years old, and I was able to see you grow from a small child into, you know, the adult that you are now. And I've seen basically almost every stage of your life. I've seen that evolution, and it just every time I hear it, it just amazes me. You know, I was there when you went through the creative stage, and I remember you used to make I think it was purses out of Capri Sun packages.
Oh yeah,
You
right.
know,
I did.
yeah, you did. And like you said, you used to sew, you used to make earrings. You always had that entrepreneur spirit. You've always
Mhm.
been so creative. Like I feel like you're one of those people that can tap into any industry and thrive. You've always been
Mhm.
extremely book smart, you know, and you've just done everything. You've been an athlete, you're a mother, and please don't start crying. Oh my God. Yeah. But I want to give you your flowers while you're here, but I'm just always amazed to hear your story. And again, knowing that I've seen almost every step of the way, to the person that we have now, Brea Buffalo, owner of Musa Moon. And I just, again, just want to give you your flowers, and I'm so proud of you. And
Thank you.
so, thank you for sharing that. Tell us if there are any, like, what are some of the hardships that you faced as a Black woman being an entrepreneur?
I would say some of the hardships that I experienced as a Black woman being an entrepreneur, I think it was maybe my false illusions of society saying or putting these false expectations that we have to be strong or we have to do everything. Having to forgive myself for feeling like I have to do everything by myself. Creating space to ask for help, I would say, because with just being an entrepreneur and being a single mom, you know, I went through the embarrassment, which again was a false illusion of being embarrassed, of being a single mom and realizing like just learning to be unapologetic. So I guess that would be like my biggest thing is to be extremely gentle and provide space for myself to be unapologetic. And knowing that I don't have to do everything. I don't have to be everything to everybody.
Yeah. Well, in my eyes, you are Superwoman. I
Thank
know,
you.
in your mind, you in your heart, you feel like you have to do everything, but we come from, a family dynamic, a tribe where we have a tribe. Exactly.
Right.
That's what it is. We have a tribe, and
Mm-hmm.
we've been fortunate enough and blessed enough that we don't have to do things by ourselves. And I kind of
Mm-hmm.
have that same spirit, where I feel like I gotta do this by myself. I'm gonna do this. I don't need a team. But we're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that you're in a place now where you've been able to, I don't know if I want to say burden, you've been able to take that hardship,
Mm-hmm.
that weight off of you, and you've been able to tap in and use your tribe, use your family members. You have,
Definitely.
you have some great friends. You live in
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte. At one point in time, I lived there, and that's one thing that I miss and love about Charlotte, being able to have that community, that tribe, because it's real in Charlotte. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it is. And I see it every day, especially with their social media. I see how
Mm-hmm.
so many people support you. Not just your business, like they love your son. I'm not gonna say his
Mm-hmm.
name unless you want to.
Oh, I don't mind. It'd
But
be so funny. People don't know me. It's been so many times where people just walk past me. It's gotten a little better where they'll know who I am, but they'll know Musa before they'll know me. And I'm
girl,
like, is that Musa? Especially when he would have his fro. Like, yeah, I would know if I had him, people will automatically like stop and be like, oh, are you Musa Moon? But if I'm by myself, nobody pays me no mind. Like, and it's okay.
he's the star. He's the
Yeah,
star.
he is for sure.
So since you said that, so how long have you had Musa Moon? How the business Musa Moon? How long have you had that? And did you have your son Musa before Musa Moon, or did Musa come after the Musa Moon name?
Musa came first. Yeah, he definitely came first. So my I was pregnant, so he did come first. Like his name was his name, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a business. I panicked, and like if there's any mom that's watching, don't panic. Like when I got pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a baby. I haven't got my master's degree. Like I haven't. There's so many things I haven't completed, right? And it was so silly. Like I panicked, and I was like, I gotta start this business. I gotta go back to school. Like I did so many things, and but I'm grateful because I wouldn't have, what I have without having him. So yeah, so when I was pregnant, that's how I started. I was like, how did I start? I started because I started grad school. I knew, of course, like I said, after Thailand, I knew I wanted to be a healer. I wanted to be a herbalist. And so my first tea was a mommy milk tea and a pregnancy tea. And it's funny, the first person I gave it to was Taikisha, because remember, we were a week apart.
Mm-hmm.
So on her baby shower, she got the first tea. I'm like, okay, I like tea, I'm getting into herbs, but I can't really drink anything that I'm studying about. So I researched herbs that would produce breast milk and herbs that would help with just nourishing and preparing the body for birth. So yeah, so that was online. I legit had, like, you want me to go into detail like that?
Yeah, girl.
Oh.
Look, spill your tea, honey.
Look, it's okay. It's all right. The evolution, the growth. It was on Instagram. I barely had $100 to my name, if I'm just being honest. It was an herb shop in Maryland. That's where I was living when I was pregnant. And they didn't require you to buy too much. So I used to buy just enough to take a picture. So I'm saying, like, I might spend like 75 cents, 25 cents, you know what I'm saying? Just enough to make a nice picture. And once people would place orders, then I would go and like buy more herbs. And that's kind of what it was, honestly. On Instagram, didn't have a website. You had to DM me, and I didn't even have labels. I was printing paper out, cutting and taping. But then me and Musa's dad split, and I came to Charlotte when Musa was 5 months. And that was probably like the hardest thing I ever experienced. Because definitely I feel like just talking, I feel like I manifested it. Because if you would have asked me what was my biggest fear, I would say to be a single mom. I never look down on anybody, but that was just something I didn't want to experience. I didn't want to have, like like a split family.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you would say? Like a split family within but it happened. I was super depressed. I cried all the time. I was embarrassed. I'm sure I hid for a little while that I had moved to Charlotte with my parents. But I mean, one day I just had to ask myself, like, what is it that I need to be happy? And I needed community. I needed tribe. So I started to do like little circles. And just from there, that's when Musa Moon really evolved to really what it is today. From pain, I had to really like ask myself, what is it that I needed? And I was a flight attendant. I couldn't find a job, to be honest. When I first came to Charlotte, I was have like 8-hour days with Musa and trying to get people to carry my products. Got a whole bunch of no's from people carrying my products, to a whole bunch of no's to me like getting jobs. And then I had an opportunity to open up my store, which was a blessing. And it's funny, the same week that I got approved to move into my first location in Noda, I got like a yes that I got the job. And I actually said no to the job that I wanted. It was like, it was like a metaphysical store, a store that would have been of my dreams to work. And I said no. And then I opened my store. So that's kind of.
Now that was some tea that I didn't know. Wow. You know what? The universe aligned for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so bad every time you say, but it's your story.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel so bad every time you say you were embarrassed to be a single mother. Girl, you are doing it as a single.
I felt horrible because I felt like I was grown. I felt, I was grown enough to have a baby. I traveled the world, and now I'm back in my mom and dad's house. Like, I was so embarrassed,
But you had the opportunity to travel the world. You had the opportunity to have a child. There are a lot of women out here that would love to have a single parent home as long as they can have a child. But not using that to, say that how you were feeling was wrong. I'm just I'm sad. I'm shocked to hear that because I didn't know that. And I'm glad that you're sharing that because I know that there are so many other women out here in the world, young women that are going through or have gone through the same thing. And it's empowering for people to, hear that same story. And you took your pain, excuse my French, your shits, and you got it together, and the universe aligned, and all those doors that closed opened that one door to your first location in Noda, and I remember that.
Yeah, I was able to write a book too. Like all the things that I was telling myself, I just made a book out of it. I'm like, somebody can experience it. Like I remember I used to just sleep with a notebook under my pillow, and I would wake up because at some point you get tired of talking about it. Like I'm already not even want to be in the situation. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to anybody else about it. So I just remember I just used to write, and yeah. But yeah, definitely for any mom, like be happy, like you're gonna flourish. I had no other choice. I think that was ultimately what it was. Like it won't quick. I'm sure it was a couple months of crying every single day, but there was at one point where like I had no other choice. Like you just realize that it's not about you anymore. I mean, it is about you, but everything happens for a reason. And once you truly trust in God and your higher source, that everything happens for a reason, it's nothing but blessings that's gonna come. So
You know what?
yeah.
Absolutely correct. How I look at it's so funny. I don't know why I always correlate everything to track and field. I mean, I know why, I guess, because, I ran track from a young age through college. But
Right.
my thing is like when I face hardships or I get anxiety and it's things that are coming up and I have butterflies in my stomach and
Mm-hmm.
I'm always doubting myself, like I'm not sure, I'm not sure. I tell myself, all right, you're on the track, you're on the line, the gun goes off. What you gonna do? You gonna stand there or you gonna? So when I face hardships, like that's something that I say to myself in my mind. And I know it sounds crazy, but hey, you gonna run or you gonna stand there? And I'm gonna run every time. And that's exactly what you have been doing. You have been running, not running away from things, but running towards your goals and your dreams and making them a reality. And I just keep saying that, but I'm so proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
proud of you. So you've told us so much. You have so much going on. You have
Yeah.
little Musa, and he is the best little baby. Well, he's not a baby anymore. He'll always be my baby though, but he's not a
Right.
baby anymore. He's grown up so fast. But you have so many different hats that you wear, so many responsibilities.
Mhm.
How do you stay motivated to do all of that?
I would just say that my like I don't know if you say mantra affirmation, but I'm coming for everything that's mine right now. And within that, right? Everything that's mine. It doesn't matter if I've been wanting it for years ago, things that I've been talking about for years, like making soap. I made soap this season. I became an ordained minister. I'm able to officiate weddings, but it's like, but also having the space to understand, to be gentle to myself, that it's okay to change my mind. So even though that I said I wanted to do these things and I go and do it, and then I realize I actually don't want to do it, I don't have to feel bad about it. How some people be like, oh, she's all over the place. Like I released that chatter, I guess you would say. But as far as remaining like grounded within everything, I just pray for alignment. One thing that I manifest is to continue within my foundation. Um, and again, I don't try to do everything. I'm still, I mess up sometimes. I fall behind orders sometimes. I don't respond to people, but I really just try to go with what feels good. And if it don't feel good, I kind of just don't do it. But I also be like in and out. So that's something that's kind of like, you got to know if Brea is in that space right now, you kind of got to get with it, because like, I'll be in the space to like want to make jewelry and then I might not be there. So I think that definitely people that have been supporting the journey and just supporting my purpose, they understand. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
you know what? I think that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur and a creative person. Like I can decide that today I want to sew
Mm-hmm.
socks.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow I may not want to sew socks anymore, but I'm an entrepreneur and I work
Mm-hmm.
for myself and I walk to the beat of my own drum. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
person that I have to answer to. So I have that choice to say, hey, I don't want to do this. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Close that. I want to do something else.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur, and especially being an individual like you that's in a very creative space. And
Mm-hmm.
so you didn't share with us, but I think I saw that you are a doula. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So can you explain to the world what a doula is?
So I am a doula. I'm a full spectrum doula. I am able to help with postpartum. So for the woman that wants to prepare herself for birth, I can help you with fertility, maybe have endometriosis, recurring infections, anything. I can help with like yoni steams and different teas to basically help strengthen and restore your uterus. Even on the, I guess, spiritual side, not so much medicinal. I just help women heal their womb to be unapologetic within their vaginas. So, we just hold everything in that space. I'm able to also help during birth. I don't birth the babies, but I'm there to provide support. So that would look like you creating a birth plan and this is what you want, and I'm there to help speak for you. And then also postpartum, so helping with like breastfeeding or if you need stuff around the house. But honestly, I'm feeling like I'm kind of like that's within the alignment, and we'll swerve into like what's best for me. And I'm feeling like I'm able to do those things, but I like to focus more on helping women through loss, and that looks like helping women that have had abortions and had miscarriages. So that looks like last year there was a woman who needed an abortion but didn't have the money, and my tribe, we raised like $400 in 24 hours because she was so far along. Her abortion was more expensive, but just the love to see like, okay, you guys support. It's not our business to ask why you wait so long or why you're having an abortion. And just being able to provide space. So again, if you need help with that, maybe you need a ride to the abortion clinic, or maybe you need support afterwards. Maybe you had an abortion 3 years ago and you didn't tell anybody and you're still holding on to that. So I've been able to be that, that space, that unapologetic, unjudgmental space. And then 2 women that have had miscarriages, because honestly, I've been on both sides. So I'm able to help with miscarriages as well. I had a miscarriage before I had Musa. So maybe it's to restoring your womb. Maybe it's that gentle space to tell you like, it's okay. You're powerful, you're able, you deserve to carry a baby if that is what you choose to do. So I'm able to help with like yoni steams after that and just restoring the womb. So again, yeah, I am like a full spectrum doula where I am knowledgeable to help, but I'm feeling that, God is leading me more to help women in loss with being a doula.
You better let him use you, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Because we just have so many women that aren't supported, like it's so taboo that women have, it's like no woman has ever woke up and been like, oh, I want to have an abortion, or I want to meet a guy, what I'm saying, that makes me be put in a position. So, just providing that space. And, if you want, it's your business, but if you want to talk about it, creating more spaces that women can talk freely about their choices of their vagina.
you know what's not funny but ironic. You've always had like a motherly spirit before you
Mm-hmm.
you birthed Musa. You've always had like
Heard
that
that.
nurturing motherly spirit. So you are definitely walking in your path that you're supposed to
Yeah.
be in, and I love it. So girl, having all this knowledge that you have now,
Mm-hmm.
looking back, what would you tell 15-year-old Brea?
Woo, 15-year-old Brea president got me still like, ooh, thankful I got a boy. But let's see. I would tell 15-year-old Brea to just love yourself. 15-year-old Brea was boy crazy. I was in love, like, oh my gosh. Like I was, I just worried about the wrong things. I would just say, try everything. Even if it's something that you would think that you wouldn't like, just do it just to say you did it. Just at least try it and then say you don't like it instead of not doing. I would say wait for the boys. Love will come. Love yourself. Find, I guess it's kind of hard at 15 years old saying to love yourself or find yourself, but I would just say save the tears and to find what makes you happy. I would say learn languages, and yeah.
I need to put all of that on a billboard because I would have told 15-year-old Alexis some of those same things, honey. Especially love yourself, love will come. Girl, why
Mhm.
a little girl so young girl so boy crazy? I don't get it. And I don't feel like boys are that way. Like boys, I mean, yeah, of course they like girls, but they're not boy crazy. Oh my gosh, I want to be alone. He doesn't love me.
You know, I think now that like I haven't thought about it to now, but I think it may be like almost like the fake Cinderella, you know, like them fake fairy tale Disney
Mhm.
movies make us think that we have to have our prince. I don't know. I always say like with mom and dad, like I appreciate the love that they share, but like it ain't really realistic. I mean, it is, but you know, like be honest, like they have shown us a very fairy tale type of like I've never seen them argue. Like I know that's kind of like off subject, but like
No,
I
I mean
don't
that's
know.
fine. And now thinking about it, you're right. But I mean, hey, they are the last of a dying breed. Like they don't make people like
Yeah,
that anymore.
yeah. I
Like
don't know what makes.
they don't like our outside influences are totally different from what their outside influences were. Like we live
Mm-hmm,
in the age of social media where social media dictates
mm-hmm.
our life. Like that's a whole nother story. Like I just
Right.
but it dictates, how we live, how we
Mm-hmm,
think,
mm-hmm.
everything. So it's unrealistic um to an extent, but I mean hopefully one day maybe I'll be able to have that fairy tale love, but
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. But anyways, girl, I want you before we close out, I want you to um put me on game first of all,
Okay.
and leave me with the most important quality that an individual must have to become a successful entrepreneur.
I would say to put you on some free game because my people haven't built your people just yet. Just kidding. I would say be unapologetic. Again, going back to do all the things you said you were gonna do, and don't worry about what anyone thinks. My Virginia came out. Okay, but don't worry about what anyone thinks because think about there's so many Burger Kings and McDonald's and mom and pop shops. Like what's for you is gonna be for you. Nobody has the power to take from you. Nobody has the power to dim your light. You give somebody else that power. So if it's something that you feel like you have been called, like don't go for things that everyone else is doing. Like I guess it's cool to follow, I guess, the trend and to see like what's cool, I guess, when you're coming to like depending on your business market. But I would just say just hone into you, continue to pray and to meditate, to ask God to show you what your purpose is, and then be extremely unapologetic and come into, you know what I'm saying? Like love, don't, wrong people, but also like you gotta be like this in order to truly be successful and worry about you. Like understand that we all have the same 24 hours, so it's up to you with what you do and to be extremely intentional. So yeah.
Yes, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it,
Mm-mm.
sweetheart. No.
For real, because people will talk. It doesn't matter if you do something good or you do something bad. Someone will always have some type of opinion to something. So release the need to feel validated. Challenge yourself to release things without asking what someone else thinks about what you do, and just go.
Come on, Bria.
Things
We
I tell
just been
myself.
dropping all kinds of gems this whole interview. So thank you so much again for joining me, taking the time
Mm-hmm.
out of your busy night. I know you have some things you need to do, but before we leave, I want to know if you want to partake in a couple of rapid fire questions for me. Just
Okay.
you, okay? Don't be scared.
These won't in the notes.
Oh God. Yeah, don't be scared. Okay, so if you
Did you
had
just
one
bite your
super,
hair?
I
My
know
bad.
you're fine. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Huh. I can only pick one?
One.
If I had one superpower. Huh. It will the first thing that comes to my mind would be to fly, but I'm sure I would do something else if I had a superpower. Like I would probably like be able to like see through stuff.
Okay. I'm digging that. All right. So what is your ultimate get it done, turn up song? Like if I put this song on right now, you're gonna go pack 1,000 packages and mail them off right now.
Let's see. That's a good one. It's something ratchet, I'm sure. Why am I like having a brain? Let me look at my phone and see. Hold on. Give me
I was
5
about to say,
seconds.
girl, look at that playlist.
I know there's one song. I haven't been listening to music on this phone. Let's see if there's one song that I'm playing that is going to give me some. It kind of changes. I would say go on my mood. It'd be it's like a little like it's between like Nicki Minaj. It's probably like old songs like Nicki Minaj, old like 2000. What year is that? Like Itty Bitty
2000.
Piggy.
I don't remember the year, but maybe.
Between like 2 Chainz and Nicki Minaj, but right now it's been like I'll put like some Moneybagg Yo on just like the essentials, and that's my get work done.
Okay, I can do that. All right, so Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter?
Instagram.
All right. What's a secret talent that you have? This is PG. No, it's not.
A secret talent that I have is to forgive myself. I mean, it's probably not a secret. I tell people that a lot, but I just allow myself to be human. So I talk to myself a lot. That's my secret talent, to hold space.
All right. So yoni steam or pedicure?
Probably a pedicure.
Okay. And the last one, Chesapeake or Charlotte?
Chesapeake for sure. 757.
I was gonna say that.
No shade, Charlotte. No shade. But I missed the 75. Like,
girl, me too. Shout out to the 757.
okay. I miss it. The little things we take for granted. Like our water wasn't clean, but Charlotte doesn't have a body of water. Like, so yeah. 757.
I used to hate the traffic, but I so wish I could be on the bridge going from Hampton to Norfolk every day right now.
Exactly.
I wish I could see the water. Thank you so much, Brea. I had a great time. I feel like this was a really dope conversation. I learned some new things about you that I didn't know, and I'm sure that the world is going to learn a lot of new things about you that they didn't know. And just thank you so much for taking the time out your day. You are beautiful. You is intelligent. You is perfect. Kidding. You is the best little sister ever. And I love you so much. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep encouraging other women. Just keep that space, that creative space that you have, that safe space that you have, and keep healing people, because we need more people like you in this world. And I promise, if you cry at the end of this video, I'll hurt you. But thank you so much, and I love you. And before you leave, if you could tell everybody where to find you on social media and your website.
Okay, but real quick, thank you for this space, because you've been flourishing. Like, I appreciate the flowers, but I have to, give you the flowers right back. But, I see you flourishing, doing the things, not giving up, you still finding what it is that makes you happy. So thank you. Like, I had this lighter in my hand, but thank you so much for providing this space and allowing me, because, the first time we did an interview, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll post that one tomorrow for Flashback Friday.
I will report it. report it. But no, really, oh man, I greatly appreciate you for this space. You can find me on Instagram at Musa Moon, MusaMoon. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, because we do have a podcast as well. You can find us on Twitter at Musa Moon, on Facebook at Musa Moon. My email is hello@musamoon.com, or our website is just musamoon.com. And if you're in the Charlotte area or in North Carolina, or willing to, do a little road trip, come visit us. Our actual store is uptown on Moorhead Street. We're right by the Panther Stadium. So we would love to pour some love into you, social distance style.
Wear your mask. Thank you
Yes.
so much. You're dope. Love you.
Love you too.